Things of that nature, and you owe it to yourself. Oh.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another session live on Sundays at 9 with your guest, the Doc Madness and the Chef D in the house. What it do, my guy?
Man, it's all good, you know. Chilling,
That's right.
man. Watching some good games and
Yep,
whipping
that
up
part.
whipping up that dope in the kitchen, man.
Yeah, man, I was seeing that. It's all good, man. I know how you do it, though, bro. Like I said, I'm ready to eat.
It's all good. You already know.
I know.
Once you pull up, it's all
That part. Well, man,
sir.
we got another one, man. We back. I know we've been away from here. And schedule's busy. I know you had anniversary and born days, and then I was under the weather, and then there was other stuff with releases, and then there was technical difficulties. But we just want to apologize to all of the
Yeah,
things out there. We ain't forgot about y'all, man. We back in the building.
you
About to
know
do
it,
it again. We were
sir.
gonna have Tony FX on tonight, but man, shout out to him. Give him my prayers up to him. He came down with something towards the end of the day and just let me know he wasn't feeling
Oh,
well. So we always want health first, man. You know what I'm saying? Health is
you know
wealth.
it.
Make sure you take care of that, man. And we catch you on the next
Yeah,
go round.
yes, sir.
That's
So,
what it do,
man,
man. So tonight, man, we got a little something that I was going through. Basically there's a huge issue. There's a lot of developing stuff that's going on in all music, not just in hip hop. But that's basically what we kind of like, specialize in, I should say, even though our ears are open to a whole lot. Our palettes are wide and vast. But basically there's a lot going on, man. There's a huge problem in music going on. We're going to dive some into that and go over with D and myself and basically give over some things that we feel like where it's at right now. There's this divide where it comes down to, I know we brought it up in a previous segment, where it's the old heads, young heads, or generations, however you want to may look at it. But regardless of all of that, there is a divide. And it's not just generations. It's not just coming down into age factoring, man. A lot has to do with it, with just the way music is and where it's at this point in time. So with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll dive all in. And right about now, we're going to do what we always do about this time, y'all, and give shout outs to all of our other platforms, or not platforms, I'm sorry, segments that we have on the platform.
What if folks tapped into things of that nature, where we blend beats, bites, bold talk, and that elevated mindset. It's one of your hosts with the most, Cal Grizzly, the chef most of the time. Chef D, Left Coast Kings, Dang Uno, you dig it? And I'm about to plug the segments that keep the show flavorful and full of truth. First up, Session, all things music. From underground heat to mainstream moves, we break down what slaps, what's slept on, and what's shaping the sound of the culture. If it's got soul, we listening. Next, we're whipping up that dough. We're putting something good in your belly. Our culinary corner where flavor meets storytelling. Whether it's a backyard banger or a gourmet twist, we talking recipes, rituals, and the roots behind the plate. Then we get raw with unfiltered combos. No script, no filters, just real talk. We dive into the uncomfortable, the hilarious, and the necessary. If it's on your mind, we're expressing it. Now let's elevate with Stone Not Stupid. Our 420 segment that's all about conscious cannabis culture. We're breaking stigmas, sharing stories, and keeping it smart while staying lit. Inside of that, we've got Strain of the Day, today's featured flower, with flavor notes, effects, and the vibe it brings. Whether you're sparking up or just curious, we got the rundown. And if you're wondering what's in rotation, we've got what's in your playlist. A curated drop of what we're vibing to right now. Tap in, add it to yours. Let the music move. Now, every Wednesday at 1 p.m., we go live. Sports talk, baby. Breaking down the plays, the players, and the pulse of the game. From the battlefield to locker room drama, we keep it sharp and spicy. And don't sleep on the session live. Every Sunday, 9 p.m., we go uncut with live music, talk, guest drops, and real-time reaction. It's the heartbeat of the culture, y'all, and you invited. That's the lineup. Each segment has its own flavor. Put the together, though, man, it's a full dish. So stay tuned, stay curious, stay tapped in. It's things of that nature, and you owe it to yourself.
Yeah, welcome on back, man. You owe it to yourselves to tap into all of the lineup, man. D, tell them, bro. Tell them how they missing out, my guy. I think you're on mute still. I think they got you on mute.
See, man,
Mhm.
see how they do me? They didn't want me to
Yeah,
tell the
man.
people what they need to hear,
Yeah.
you know. But
hmm
hey, y'all missing. Hey, tap in. We got a lot going on. We do a lot.
hmm
We get to a lot.
We sure. What was you doing today, man? What was you just a little backdrop before it even comes out, man? You sent me something that was fabulous. So, bro, what was that?
That was some smoked tri-tip
Uh,
chunks, kind of just
man,
with
hey,
a
they
roasted.
weren't chunks. They weren't chunks. Like I said, them was little mini steaks, man. This dude had it was like
Hey,
three
bro,
old
those
baskets of
were
this.
It was two tri-tips,
hmm
two different seasonings. I don't remember which was what was what, but yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
just
right.
kind of instead of just cooking the whole tri-tip, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just cut it up into some pieces. And
Hey, the smoke rings on that BI was out of this world, y'all.
yes, sir,
Man, I
yes, sir.
can't wait till we get, man. You know what I'm saying? When we get all of this the way we want to do it, man, because we want to
Yeah,
present all of
y'all
this
just
to
wait.
y'all, man. You know,
Well, I'll just wait.
Before
Yeah.
we proceed on, also, man, if you tap into the comments right now, I got my link tree in there, so you can go tap in and get all of the stuff for the on my own single, what's going on with the actual chapters and unlocking, and then everything else is some links back to the catalog, so you can always tap into that. That's pinned in the comment section, or at least in the comment section right now. And second thing is last chance, y'all. Players TV investment, man. It closes on October 7th. It's a chance to jump in right now. All the details, links will be in the description, as well as, I'm saying, we're gonna play a little something at the end of this show to keep y'all aware of what's going on. But it's definitely I think it's a great opportunity if you're able to invest into it and capitalize at a moment in time. Do so. So as we proceed. Now, there's been a lot of talk, man. It's been everything going on, man. The confo's been bubbling online from everything from YouTube, TikTok, folks saying that rap's lost its soul. The game's flooded. Old heads are now starting to still cook, and they don't like that. The new cats only want viral hits, everything, man. So what we about to do is we're gonna go ahead and break it down from as many different angles as we can, and give a little bit more substance to what's going on as where it's at right here and right now. I think my guy, you know, us we come from the era of like notebooks and Walkmans, right?
Yep.
Not today, and even
Yeah.
even further than that, man. I go back all the way to, reel to reels, man,
Exactly.
on and vinyl, and yeah, that part, right? So but now, let's go ahead and fast forward. Now we dealing with musicians and rappers that are using like the AI, the Chat GPT, and plugins. So there's a big difference, man, in the way the music has progressed, evolved, and how we get, saying things done. And we like to go ahead and kind of like bring light to all of that, right? So in this, where the game has changed, let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. The game, I believe, has changed because the elders' perspective, at least us as the old heads, is quote unquote. I believe that it's wisdom, work ethic, and patience. That's a lot what I get from talking with older heads is that it's changed because of the wisdom hasn't been passed along. It's almost kind of like your lineage, right? Like it's got to be something that's discussed at round tables, water cooler talk, a lot of platforms like these, but more so it has to be shared with those of our peers. And what I mean by that is I know we have artists on here, right? Those are our peers. So anybody that you know that's doing music that's in this industry, those would be considered your peers regardless of what genre of music that you are in. And we all need to go ahead and try to give each other as much wisdom, pass it along, all the changing aspects, because myself as an older head in this game, I can honestly say that there's a lot of different details to how music is done, carried out, distributed, and so forth, right? I know D, you and I talk about this probably to what I'm saying, to no end, because I'm constantly coming up with different stuff. We're flying things back and forth to each other. The artists
Yeah.
that you know, the artists that I know, the what I'm saying, the whole community that we're building. What is your perspective, man? What is one of the things that you think is like where the game started to change as far as your perspective?
Streaming, bro.
Okay, good.
I
That's some
think
good shit.
just the fact that, was it Napster or whatever back in the day, all
Hmm.
the once things started going digital, bro,
Okay,
it just
right.
kind of, you started seeing like, CD prices went up at the time. I
Hmm.
remember we used to get you was paying like 15
Hmm.
for a CD, right?
Right, right,
And if it was on sale, you might catch it for, the 10.99, 11.99, some shit like that. And
right,
then once the digital, the whole digital download came in, you saw the price of the music go up,
right,
and then you just saw everybody flooding to the internet and
right,
downloading music. Like it was nobody was buying CDs, and you stopped buying CDs.
right.
After that, bro, it just kind of they figure, oh, okay, we can go this way. And big, big business once they something that
It's
they can put they dollars behind and push.
and that's
You're
the
looking at
biggest
what we got today, right?
right.
Like,
That's the
and
biggest
it's
thing. It's they look at the dollars behind it. Um, from the way I remember music, man, is it's something that comes from within. It's a passion. These every musicians, they a lot of them pick up early instruments in their life or
yeah.
come across something, and it's not anything that no anybody placed in front of them. Like my
You
brother,
had real artists though. That was that it was they were artists
right,
because they you know what I mean because they had some type. Nowadays, man, it's just Peter, Paul,
right,
Mary, John, Joseph, and fucking dickhead over there
right. We'll
thinking that
get
they can
that
just
right.
I got the
The way
access to do it.
right, and the means. I think that's the
Yeah,
biggest
and
thing.
nobody's telling you like, hey, no, you know what I
Right,
mean? Like when we was coming up, bro, you already know, hey, look, man, you gonna get in this cipher, and you better come with it, or you're gonna
right.
find out that you're gonna have to go sit down, right? At some point.
And that's something that a lot of people don't realize that I guess, and if you had to just say it in one sentence, is you had to rap. You had to rap. You had to be able to hold your own doing what we considered as the culture, that part. Just like when it was breakdance. And I remember when I was first getting into that, and you brought you, if you was carrying some cardboard or something,
Oh,
or
you better
B-boy,
be about
stuff like
something.
that, you better be ready to be called out at any given time.
Yeah,
It just rolled over. It's the DJs, the battling of the DJs, right? So everything just rolled over, beatbox battles, and it just rolled over and rolls over. Right now, I don't think it's anywhere. I mean, and that's not to diss it, to anybody who's doing music because
nah,
yes, the harmonics of music I think have grown. The different things that we can do with it, and now it's so many different fusions. It's not
yeah,
just rap anymore. It's R&B and rap. Everything has been fused into it. So that's
yeah,
the watering down of it is one aspect, and that's not to take anything because we did want it to grow, but we didn't want to lose the essence that everybody knew at a house party and how to get down. When you saw the dudes that
yeah,
were in a circle in a cipher, as you say, or in a car that's packed, you got something jamming, everybody's just in the car just going for broke. These are the
yeah,
kind of things that have been taken away from us. Everything's gotten to the digital era where you can just fly things back and forth and just lay your verses, right?
yeah.
Or
Hey, I'll
beats.
get
You're
it to
not
you
even
tomorrow.
collaborating together. Right.
Yeah,
Like even as like we would sit down and come up with full ideas and concepts and everything together. You know what I mean? Like from the title of the track to how, let me hear what you got, 3, 4 bars into it. How are you even starting yours off? Like just so that
yeah,
way we could stay within the same, you know, parameters of like it sounding like we wrote the song together. Right. Just like when
yep,
we did Pen Pads, Beats and Blunts, right? Like when we
yep,
did that song, it was we had to pass it back and forth, and it was just wherever it was left off at. It wasn't
yeah,
even structured
yeah.
as okay, I'm gonna do this and you're gonna do that. It's like, hey, I'm done. Pick it up. You know what I
It
mean?
was too, right?
Right.
It was.
So,
It was
by the way, go check that out. Pen Pad Beats and Blunts on D's the Unheard Cry album, right? Or is it just the Unheard?
the unheard,
The
return of the
Unheard album,
unheard,
man.
something like
Check it
that.
out,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
one of those.
yeah, just go check it out.
Just check it out,
Sweatshoprecording.com.
man. Check it out.
Yeah, man, it's up there. But anyhow, back to what we were discussing. I think that short attention span is the era that we're in, and that has a lot to do
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Has a
Uh,
lot to do with it, man.
our
Instant,
one of our soon to be aired episodes,
right?
featuring the one of our resident guests, GB.
Mhm.
That's something he mentioned. So
Right,
yeah,
and it
that
is a
attention
plague,
span. That's why you're seeing short songs now. Songs under 3 minutes. You know what I
right?
mean? They're like
That
they
part.
hitting you quick because you ain't paying attention that long. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I think the instant virality of going viral, the instant like that whole concept, it's replacing craftsmanship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now
Yeah, I agree
all
with that.
it's all about going viral. It's all about what can we do. Like people are doing skits to go viral instead of
Shock
it
value
being
right
about
now.
Mhm.
It's right now. I need it right now, right now, right now, right now.
Yeah, the
Not to
microwave.
what did E40 say? He said, y'all want that fast quarter, I get that slow nickel, right? Like that fast money don't last as long as you think it does. And it's and you find out too late that you could have got more.
Right, right,
You could have got more if you would have, you know what I'm saying,
right.
had some integrity and stood your ground a little bit and you know, but
Well,
like you
I
said,
mean,
it's that
it really makes a difference. Excuse me. It really makes a difference in how you go about constructing your music. Let's talk about like without giving too much of what hasn't aired yet. One of the conversations was going into the mental aspect of creating music for the public. You have to consider the attention span. That
yeah.
was never a consideration, and you hear that more and more when you talk to a lot of the artists. Right? You're
Yeah.
listening to them, and they're saying that like I'm going to do this because of this, and this is the
Yeah.
reason why.
Yeah.
Do I agree with it? It's whatever fits what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But it is something that you have to consider. It is a factor that you have to weigh in. It's like cooking, right? If you have you're gonna go into a contest and it's a barbecue contest, right? You're gonna get people that use all different types of stuff for flavoring, right? Pellets and wood chips and this and that and smoking.
You
It's
know,
different means and ways to do it. But if you don't understand that, and if you're not vast in that, or if you're not don't have a expertise in what the fuck you do, you're gonna be at a disadvantage, right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I really think that that's one of the biggest problems is because the industry doesn't allow us to fall in love with anybody's sound anymore, especially their own that artist, right? Because
Yeah.
you're constantly chasing the next sound or the next algorithm or the next whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Everything is on a 15-30 second clip right now, right? It's even
Mhm.
gotten we used to say like, damn, a minute, okay, damn, that's not enough time. Bro, we're down to 15-second clips, my guy. And I mean, imagine if they had to imagine if we had to try to express our show and what we do in 15-second clips. That's impossible. It's virtually impossible. So
Yeah, that's
we've
not
got
gonna happen.
accustomed to viewing things as such. So we expect everything to be that way. I mean, that is a big, big problem, bro, that we have as the young artist. I don't think it's them not caring. It's just that's the way they were raised. They were raised on speed. Everything is speed, right? I
Yeah.
mean, shit, look at the sports. You know what I mean? Before you used to have fast players, slow. How did you want to run the game? You had some teams that were transition, other teams that played in the half court.
Yeah.
You had the long ball, and then you had the short ball, right? So now everything is go, 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 bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
Yeah.
can't run with the team, they pulling you out, bro. Like they don't give a
Yeah.
shit. So, do you believe? Let me ask you a question though. Do you think that has there's no coming back from that? Like, do you think, because right now old heads are still doing music, and it's a big demand in that sound. We heard it from guests that came on here, right? That people are looking for that 90s 2000 nostalgia feel, right? Because that's the
Yeah.
era that most people said you had a lot of variety, enough music. Like rap was for everybody at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I do have a clip, man, and I know I think we got a little bit beyond ourselves. So let me go ahead and get ready to play this clip. Um, so that way we can put some context into this. Is a listener, I guess. I'm not too sure, but somebody posted this and I thought it was very intriguing at the time that it was posted as we were talking to even bring this to light. So let's go ahead and play that clip real quick, my guy. Wait a minute. It looks like there's, yeah, it's not set up properly. What happened?
I don't know. I swear.
Bro, rap is like one of the only entertainment medias that's still stuck in the past. It's not evolving. Why is the biggest rapper of all alive still Drake? Why can these old head rappers come back, drop some music, and still do numbers? Why the fuck did the new generation not take over yet? We had 90s, we had Biggie and Tupac, and then we had 2000s where we had Lil Wayne and Jay-Z. Then we had the 2010s, you know, Drake, Future. Who do we got in the 2020s? Drake, Future, Kanye. Nobody has taken over. And it's one simple reason. Because the prospects, I'm talking about this in NBA terms, because you can talk about everything in basketball. The prospects that were supposed to be on the rise died early. They're supposed to be taking over right now, over the old heads, like the LeBrons, the Drakes, the Kanyes, the Currys, the KDs, like Kendrick Lamar, the J. Coles, like James Harden. The prospects that was on the rise that should take over them died. The King Vons died. The Juice WRLDs died. The X's died. The Pop Smoke died. Now we have no elite prospects. This is the first time in human history the rap game has been open. Any nigga that's talented enough and that's hardworking enough, you don't even gotta be good, but you can make noise because it's so open right now. We have no hot prospects on the rise. They hyping up trash niggas like Sexy Red and Glorilla and fucking Baby Chief do it. These niggas are trash.
Can't hear you, bro.
Oh, you good?
Yeah,
Hello?
I'm good now.
Oh,
I
man.
couldn't hear nothing you were saying. I can't.
That was my bad, you guys. I was on mute. So I'm glad he had a disgruntled look for me to go ahead and tap in to find out what was going on, man. We're still getting used to all of this, man. They got a lot of new stuff that we're trying to set it up to kind of be autonomous, and all we got to do is this. But anyhow, we're gonna get back to what I was saying. This dude seems pretty young, so I'm glad it's not us as older heads that's coming from our mouth all the time. So I definitely had to play the clip because it's coming from somebody that is their peers, right? So um, let's talk about that, right? Let's go ahead and take a look as to what's going on now. Out of that person's mouth, what they're saying is that music right now isn't really substance. It really doesn't have anything. It is trash, quote unquote, of what I'm saying he had said. And look at who they're promoting, and a lot of it has to be is because there's nobody to take the helm. But I think it's
Yeah.
a lot of reason behind that, man. It's not just cut and dry like nobody wants it. There's artists out there that are really good and got something to say, man. We know that because we fly back and forth to each other all the time. And I'm gonna shout out Coast Contra right off the back, right? I mean, and that's talking to the younger crowds, right? Because then we're not gonna get into the Killer Mikes and the David Banners and the BOBs, right? So we're not going to even go there with them. But like that's easy for us to come out and just rip off and rip and say. Like, who's not talking about trapping? Who's not talking about demon time? Who's not
Yeah,
talking about bitches and hoes? Who's not talking about stripping? Who's not talking about how wet they yummy is, or how brown they ass is and they booty hole? And like, who's not talking about this kind of stuff that I don't want my, what I'm saying, young people that I'm around. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even got to be my children or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want them to be listening to it. And when I do see them and I hear them like reciting one of those artists' music, or when it comes on there, like I'm like, damn, bro, see it, it's this is why they do it. Because they want to turn the next generation into that. Because it'd be wrong if we turn the next generation into a Nipsey Hussle. It'd be wrong if we turn the next generation into a Tupac. It'll be wrong if
yeah.
we turn
As
the
long
next
as you're
generation into a, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
as long as you're
like
creating chaos
or Professor
within the
Grill,
music, as long
right?
as you're spewing some chaos and some bullshit, it's okay. But once you start with substance, and they notice people are starting to like substance, they have a problem with it. They
Yeah,
have a problem with
yeah,
it. They really do.
right.
You know.
Um, which is once again, I think because once again we had back then, if you want to call a spade, and I'm gonna go back, is when we did have the Public Enemies and X Clans and BDPs, we still also had the hustling side. We had the Schoolie
Uh,
D's and the Ice T's and the
T's, yeah,
NWAs and the King T's and the, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, we had all of that. But then we also
Mhm.
had the fun side. We had the Kid and Plays, the Salt and Peppers, so it gave you this
Yep.
dynamic. We had the
The
Kwame,
big, yeah. We had
you
the
know,
party music. We had the, you know what I mean?
it was
You had a little bit,
most
like you
part
said,
back
you had
from
a
where it
little bit of
started.
everything,
So if we
right?
can't discuss where it started, because people are gonna be like, "Oh, I don't know that," and they're gonna probably want to be like, "Well, what about see that's?" But yeah, go back and find that out. Go back and peep into it and check it out, because this is the
Yeah.
lineage. This is where it all started, man. It started out as DJs and dancers, and then you had an MC on the mic, MC, master controller, master of ceremonies, right? Like, that's what it was coming from. So if we stop just dividing the lineage and the heritage and where it comes from, and taking it from like, oh, we've doing all of this new stuff and we've done all of this with it, and no, like, man, let's stop all of that, right? Let's give it back to where it's just dues. And when you do that, just like any team, when you get on a team and they honor that jersey, or that the teams that came before them in the rafters, like, you're out there playing for purpose, right? Isn't that what the I'm not even disrespect them. Isn't that what the Lakers and the Celtics legacies are built on? Is like, when you come and play for these franchises, you're playing for something.
Yeah.
It ain't recent,
When you
man.
come to
It's
them
like,
two, I mean, when you come anywhere, your goal is to supposed to get that banner, bro. That's what it's
right,
supposed to be all about.
right, right.
It's not about the name on the back, it's the name on the front. And
Hmm.
that's how it goes. But
Right.
we're in a society now where it's just me, 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 me.
Mhm. Right.
And so if I can get the biggest reaction right now and it's all on me, cool. And then they so addicted to the adrenaline rush they get, they keep trying to find other outlandish ways to keep going, right? To be
Right.
relevant. And as soon as no one's paying any attention to them, they go out and do some dumb shit, right? Just to get some attention, anything.
And is that the
You
only way that we can get people's attention? Like, that's what I'm
know?
saying. It's like, before, it was what we had to say, it was what we had to do, it was what the way the music was brought. Now it's like, because nobody, I mean, you hear this a lot, bro. It's like, well, you got to give more than music, especially for us as artists and producers, and well, producers are artists, but as us as just in the entertainment field, it's like you got to give more. That's the reason why social media is so big, because they want us to give part of your life. Like, that's like, you have to. But why? That, just think about it. Like, why are we in a society to, when you go to buy a car, do you give a fuck about the salesman's life that's selling you the car?
No.
When you go buy an outfit or some shoes, do you care what that person is doing on their off time enough to be like, okay, now that's going to entice me to come to your store? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, just think of
Yeah.
the way that they diminish the talent, the music, the everything that's being brought, man. And that's the problem. And then we buy into it as a community because we chase it. The streams that we get, how much we get paid, the contracts and how we get rear-ended. You got to fight for your own masters. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
craziness.
there's one thing after another, man, and I think it's really it all pretty much stems from them because back, when we were doing, I even keep saying back then, but because it's not that really far ago, bro. It's like when you say back then, it sounds like we're talking about ancient history. But just to let y'all know, man, these old heads ain't washed; they're seasoned. You know what I mean? Like
Damn.
they're seasoned, and these are the ones that are still in the studio mixing, mastering, writing with purpose, and building on music, and not just uploading it. They're building it to get it to you in the best form and possible legacy form that they can give it to you. Because back then, your backpacks had notebooks, dictionaries, Discman, Walkman. Now it's a phone, Wi-Fi, and a switch. That's where you see the difference. So the music is being affected. We've traded development for distribution because you remember A&R departments were a big thing. What's up, Oos? Remember A&R departments, you know what I'm saying? He agreed. Like Oos is like, man, I feel you when they be banging this whack ass shit out here. I mean, we can come in over here to D's music and have him play the tune. See, he's like,
Yep,
right,
yep.
right, right. But nah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's something that we really gotta put some thought into and think about, man, because a lot of the talking that goes on are coming from people that really didn't experience all the transition, didn't experience the elevation and I mean the evolution of the sound, the evolution of the equipment, how to do it. And that's true because when you say it's just a phone and a Wi-Fi, and I'm not even gonna get into the switch part, but that your backpack, that's all you need. That's true, man. I mean, go look at your phone at the latest ad. It's the new microphone that you don't need nothing. You can sit on your roof and record with an airplane flying over landing at LAX and still be able to
Mhm.
record. It's going to be able to pull that voice and everything. And you know what I'm saying? It's AI. And then people are way out tripping on AI. It's like they
Yeah.
want to advance, but they don't want to advance. It's crazy, bro. So it's something definitely I think that we definitely are gonna talk more about here. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. We're gonna get into the next segment, which is gonna be basically the whole full content and the message of music. So let's go ahead and get ready to go ahead and take us out D to the next one, man. And I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
Go ahead, baby, slow it down. Let the smoke just wrap around. High on you, high on this fire. Feeling high. Roll with me, let's get lost tonight. Take a hit, baby, slow it down. Let the smoke just wrap around. High on you, high on this fire. Feeling high. Roll with me, let's get lost tonight. Take a hit, baby, slow it down. Let the smoke just.
And we back. He's not. It's all good. He'll be here in a minute, man. So yeah, those of you that are out there in the music world, what y'all listening to, man? Anybody heard that new Ice Cube, Man Up? Got some nice slappers on there. Uh, Frank Nitty, Tupac Shakur Away. That's in my playlist right now, man. Slap that whole album. Not. Shout out to Richmond, Frank Nitty doing his thizzle out there, man. Uh,
Hey, stop arguing with her. Get in the shower.
I seen that Chifo Vallejo resident. He got one coming soon. Just saw a little ad for him. Think it's dropping this month. So be on the lookout for Pay Yourself. You know what I'm saying? All that up. There you go. He back.
Yeah. Sorry about that, man. You know what I'm saying? I got little ones that I got to make sure is doing what they do, man. Life takes over at this time.
You know, gotta lay the smack down on him.
That part, man. And sure enough, there's little ones that trying to take advantage while I'm on here doing what I do. But anyway,
Yeah.
my bad, man. I don't know if I interrupted anything, but
Nah, I was just popping off
what
at
was
the
the
mouth
strain of
about
the day,
what
man?
I've been listening to.
What was the strain of the day?
Oh, the strain of the day was some Left Coast Kings
Mm,
backyard boogie that I had
mm-hmm.
harvested a while back when I
Okay.
was dibbling and dabbling with the
Yeah,
with
that's right.
I mean, it's not like the video was that long. We could have played it again. But yeah.
Uh, that's how we
Yeah,
do about this time, right?
yes, sir. You
So
know it. You know
y'all
it.
didn't know it's about that time. 420 all day. So go ahead and put that up. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into the next part right here, man. We're gonna talk about some of the content and the messages that are being sent. That I would like to get into. I think mainstream rap is basically, excuse me, is basically full of money, sex, drugs, and violence. You agree? Do you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna get
As of
right.
late, I mean, I don't,
I'm gonna get right to it, bro. Like, um, it's there's artists out there that don't talk about that, but
yeah,
okay, I'm gonna say right now, Cardi B's album has dropped, and once again, there's no diss to nobody that I'm bringing up. It's not your fault. I realize that it's not your fault, really. It's the industry, the machine, and how they push the agenda. So we have to be wiser than that. So that part is our fault. But I mean, since birth and conception, also we do get pushed a different agenda. But mainstream rap, I believe, is full of money, sex, drugs, and violence. That's what sells. That's movies, that's entertainment, that's a lot of that stuff, right? So if you ain't
yeah.
in on the LGBTQWXYZ plus um wagon, then you're on the wagon of money, sex, drugs, or violence. Like that's the issues that get pushed. Um,
Yep.
I I beg anybody to get on here and let's debate that part. But outside of that, I think what we're missing is depth, storytelling, unity, and the push for true love, the love of the culture, love for one each other, love of life. Because right
Yeah.
now, that's what is missing, man. Like no matter what, we had a appreciation of living. So I am one that'll stand up here and call myself an old head proudly, bro, because I made it to be an old head. That wasn't
Yeah.
promised, and I hate
So
to say
what?
it, speak on it, but a lot of what I know that we had to open our front doors and see and go through, and especially living in the areas that were gang affiliated areas at that time when you see where it started, this is the areas that we grew up in that it wasn't promised. Now it's just people that are doing it because I don't know why, man. I don't even know how gangs got from where they did to over. I know how. I'm not going to talk about I don't know how. What I mean is the acceptance, right? The acceptance of it in our
The
community,
acceptance of the bullshit.
right? The acceptance of everything that comes with it. All
Yeah.
the frivolous loss of life. But I am not putting gangs down. I'm not putting that life down and that mentality down. But there's a difference between that, intercepting that with music. But you can't tell anybody that nowadays. Now it goes hand in hand. And
Yeah.
that's the problem that I see. So something like Tupac, who had duality, right? California Love and Dear Mama. Like let's really talk.
Brenda had a baby, hit him up. Like,
See, and exactly. And it
you see
goes
what
from
I'm
spectrum to another end
saying?
of the spectrum back to push the level or the other end, and it just keeps on pushing it and pushing it and pushing it.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there was poems. There was like I mean interviews that are people still now pulling clips
Start
from,
playing
bro.
it.
That's
Exactly.
crazy. 'Cause I remember watching these
Exactly.
interviews live, my guy. Like I
Yeah. Yeah.
remember that. I'm sitting back like, dude, I could tell you where I was at when I heard that and the way it made me feel. And I was like, man, finally we got somebody that's in a position that's not scared of the authority, right? So um the content and the message, man. I'm not gonna always dwell on the far, far, far past, but
Yeah.
it's hard to find a lot of that message now because it's flooded with so much non-message,
Yeah.
bro. Like I get it. How many times can you do what you do in every verse? Like, I mean, every song, the same stuff. And I get it, man. Do what you do because music is about expression. It's about freedom
Yeah.
and all of that.
Come on.
But
But
I mean, let it be, but equally push the other stuff too. That's all. Like, I'm not saying stop it. I'm just letting you know that that's not the only thing that music is used for and that people can listen to.
yeah.
That's all. Like, I don't diss it. I don't be like, oh, that's bull, that's crap. Man, some of it is good music, but I just can't listen
Yeah.
to that at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm driving home from picking up my, you know what I'm saying, my kids from somewhere and from, a theme park or something, right? And I just want to be relaxing and listen to something, but then I don't want to have to fall asleep listening to some R&B or some Drake. I mean, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
Shit like
but
that. So, but I'm glad that we have
hey,
Drake. I mean, because if not, can you imagine how bad it would be if we didn't
yeah,
have a Drake? Like, because
yeah,
his music at least crosses so many boundaries that
yeah,
it
yeah,
brings a lot of different listeners. Because, like I said, man, even with everything in the battle, he dropped that album, man, and it's doing well. I mean, he's back to streaming his old numbers, and that's the good part about hip hop, man, and rap, right? Like you can take a bounce back, but not with the young generation. You take a loss, that's a life. Like
yeah.
that's
They want to kill you and shit because you know hurt their feelings,
yeah, that's
and
not
now they got to prove that they really about what they say they about. But
until they
the
get
last
caught.
I checked,
No, you're not going.
hip hop was about how good you were with the words. Like, yeah, I'm a, I might say I'm gonna shoot you, but I'm not talking about a physical form. I'm talking about I'm gonna shoot you with these bars and knock
Right,
your neck off. Like, you know
right.
what I
With
mean? It was
battle rap,
different.
everybody
Nowadays
can't
is
do everything they're saying in battle rap. Everybody takes it for what it is
yeah,
at the bar. But
yeah,
now,
it's a
bro, you
bar.
got they're really putting it in their music. So that's the content and the message that I think is an issue, right? So as we go
Yeah,
down these different little things, it's like we could dissect it a little bit, right? And see it's not just, you know, it's not just the artist. And that's I think a lot of times people get attacked as the artist, right? It's like, oh,
yeah,
you're not doing this, and all these artists nowadays. No, it's not just that. It's like there's nothing. I said it. I alluded to the A&R department. That was artists and development, right? And
they ain't developing nobody,
yeah,
man.
they didn't develop the way that other people, if you talk to and listen to the stories of a lot of these artists on major labels, or even not, shit, like if you listen to how the Dungeon Family did it, that wasn't a label that told them to do it the way they did, outcasting them where they had their own little house that when you came in, that's what you focused on. You had boot camp type regiments. You trained, you
Mhm.
ran, you did your verses and practice in front of everybody while exercising so your lungs and so this is what I'm saying, right? It wasn't just people that are saying like you're lazy nowadays or you guys are mumbling. It's because people listen to the extent when you hear a Tech Nine talk and how he perfected his style. When you listen to a Twister, when you listen to these individuals that really chop style, and now you're gonna say that like that's cool. That doesn't equate. And I know we're past that and we're coming out of that era and now people are starting to realize they don't want to be so leaned up and not being able to
Yeah,
understand stuff. But on the flip side, the music has gotten a lot more grabbing, I should say. You know what I'm saying? I do like the way the production and everything they're doing with it. We got a little 808 heavy where we're doing a lot of that. And that, she was like, oh shit, okay, 808 crazy. But now, you know what I'm saying? Now it's a
yeah,
good balance. I think we found a good, nice balance on how to create these sounds of music that are pleasing, at least in my
yeah,
opinion. What do you say, my guy?
man.
Yeah.
Well, I've been listening to some on that La Russell tip.
Right,
So that feel good music, like, man, I want to hear something, give me something different. I know when I want to listen to what I want to listen to, you know what I mean?
right.
But it's like I can't hear it all the time.
Mm.
Certain stuff. And I don't listen to a lot of I don't listen to none of the fad, none of that latest fad. I couldn't tell you who the latest anybody right now is. I listen to what I like, and it is what it is. Whether it's a young artist, old artist, new art, whatever. As long as
Right,
there's an artist out there that's making music, and if it sounds good, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna give
right.
you a shot. You know, like
Yep.
uh, I watched that what you call it the other day, a Denzel movie,
Oh,
highest to lowest, or
the
lowest to highest.
I,
Yeah, whatever it's called.
shout out Sula.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
so like, and he like they told him like his wife said in one of the scenes, she said, "Do you do you love it?" He's like, "Because I don't see you listening to music anymore. I don't see you loving music anymore. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?"
Yep.
And
Mhm.
that's true, bro. If you love it, you're always listening to something to hear something new, right? Something, even if it's not necessarily a newer artist, but just a older artist stepping out of their realm to do something to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just to stay keeping themselves relevant. I mean, you look at your 40s and your Too Shorts, and like
Right.
they're not doing anything trying to grab any crazy attention. They're
Mhm.
just doing what they do at the best of how they know how to do it, right?
That part.
And people say, "Oh, they old heads." How they? Yeah, they are. They've been around since it damn near started, right? But how would where do you see yourself when you they age, right? Right? If you started in your teens or 20s, do you see yourself lasting as long as these dudes who are pushing 60 and still selling out crowds, still selling out shows? But then you want to say, "Oh, you an old dude, old heads ain't
How
shit."
Q
Okay, look at Cube. Cube on a worldwide tour right now,
right now, man.
all over the
Shout
place.
out
Set up with
Q.
Goodyear. He got the deal with Goodyear, so every outdoor arena they gonna fly the Goodyear blimp saying Ice Cube's a pimp on that bitch. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And all of the people that are coming out and speaking on it, these are a lot of young people coming out of these shows.
Yeah, they
And
upset. They tired of the
yeah, they're like, man, he played all my hits and new stuff. And other people are being like, man, I can't wait for him to come out and do the new stuff because he ain't even touching on that. And
yeah, yeah.
that's a catalog, man, and that's something that a lot of people can't get into anymore right now. It's this when you're trying to go viral, you ain't there's not really a catalog that you're building.
Nah, you're
At
not
least
building
not
nothing.
a catalog of music that the fans will enjoy, I should say, because it's all about the here and now and the time is now, right? So
Yeah.
music is supposed to last. Like when you play something
Forever, bro.
it's man, when you play the Doors or when you play, you know what I'm saying, like Metallica or you play some, Black Sabbath or and OJ's, it's timeless, bro. It's
Yeah,
like you can get a person who's 11-year-old right now and just zone out and vibe out, bobbing their head to all of that.
yeah,
But you can't do that with a lot of the stuff that's coming out, now.
yeah. You can't sit
Unfortunately,
back with your kids. Like I
right.
love
And
when I
that's
can pass songs back to my son. Hey, peep this. Oh, peep this. He's like, dang, he's been like that. I was like, yeah, boy, this is where so and so and so and so got it from right here.
right,
This is where
right.
they got their cadence and their bars from right here. This is what they was trying to do. You know what I mean? This is where it originated from.
I
And
got a
but you
I
got
got a
some
good
that
question.
they don't
I got
care about the history, bro.
I got a good question for you, not to cut you off, but while you're
Yeah.
saying that, and it just popped in my head, what do you think is harder? Now, please take a second to answer this, though. What do you think is really harder, learning the craft or keeping up with the algorithm?
What's harder?
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
because okay, the quick
keeping up with
rapid
the
fire answer,
algorithm, bro.
yeah, exactly. Because you don't think the harder
Because
is
the
learning the
algorithm is
craft,
constantly,
constantly
you know what I
changing. You
mean?
can't
It's a fluctuating thing. So to keep up with something like that, bro,
right,
you
and
got to be real shallow.
why would you do that exactly if you know that's like, man, that we're taught don't keep up with the Joneses. It's the same.
Yeah,
The algorithm is the Joneses. Well, you need it to. No, you don't need it, and it feeds off of what we feed it. Like the algorithm isn't a real thing that is just there to keep us out, right? It's not. It's really about the people and the fans and they're creating the data that it runs off of. And yeah,
Yeah,
it can be manipulated. I'm not a fool. It is manipulated. But
oh,
guess what?
yeah,
We're talking industry, music industry, entertainment industry. We're all being fooled, right? Like unless you're totally independent, and
the
that's
Truman Show.
go right back there, right? We're not gonna talk. If you're trying to get your stuff streamed, then you need to hear it. Period, right? Because don't sit up there and talk about this or that. If you're using any type of streaming service, if you're using any type of AI service, which also AI is plugins. Hello, that was before it was called AI. It's plugins. So before we decide to point fingers at people, and that's what we need to stop doing in this, and that's the separation of everything, right? Um, we got to stop calling reflections of everything that we see and what we do boring.
Yeah,
Right? We got to stop that. Like there's still fire in the truth that music brings. And let's talk about like Larry June. Let's talk about Odie James. Right? These are people that are bringing that, like, bro, you know what I'm talking about. That substance that we can relate to on a level that's like, hey, man, they're respected in the industry. So, and they're still giving you all of the hits too. They're giving you a vast like stuff, but why ain't they getting that machine behind them to say, check these dudes out, right? Or check these artists out, or check this area out of music. It's the machine, and we have to realize that. So, just keep it in the back of our minds during this whole the conversation that we're having, that mainstream's about moments and underground's about memories. If we just do that and we just understand that part, everything that we're going to talk about will fall into the right place, right? Anybody who taught us how to organize our thoughts, what do? You write a bucket here and a bucket here, and you tell it what those buckets are going to contain, what information, right? And by doing that, guess what we're doing? If we keep mainstream thoughts that are all about moments, and underground music is more about memories, then it's going to fall in those buckets, and we'll start to peel back the layers, bro, of the fruit, and see, damn, bro, it's really all about the mainstream putting the money into the here and now, the virals. That's what it got us all doing for the moment. So, but speaking of balance, real quick, I'm gonna take a time real quick to verbally throw in a cross promo to what's in your playlist. And there is your solution right there, right? Is to tap into things of that nature, what's in your playlist, and you'll be able to get all kinds of music for your music, you know what I'm saying, enthusiasts and people that like to feed off of new stuff, man. So tap in there. But whatever.
Nothing. I'm good. I was pulling up my most recent stuff. So I was looking,
Okay.
see what I had in there, besides what I mentioned earlier,
Sure.
Cube and Frank Nitty. So
Okay, yeah, you did see me, and I watched that video, man. And shout out to Frank Nitty for that tribute to Pac.
Shakur Way.
Yeah, Tupac Shakur Way. We're gonna take another quick break, y'all, and we're gonna come back with the next part where we're gonna talk about what D was alluded to earlier, which is basically streaming error and the tech and all of that, and get into a little bit of some facts about that. So as we proceed on to the next, enjoy, and we'll catch you right back here on the rebound.
Hey, I'm on my grown man, talking everything I do. Glass tip, the blunt ain't sipping on the Fresca too. DMP's the crew, LA Clipper hat and hoodie too. Double SR since day one, my whole catalog's the proof. Been doing what I wanna do, rock what I want to. Stop that I won't do, pop back on Pro Tools. Body in the paint, NBA like it old school. Pomona bread, north side of jumping out the old school. On these with B's and C's, OGs roll through. R.I.P. Big Steve and my dukes, I'm missing love you. My little twos turned into foes, watching my every move. Swerving in and out of them lanes, making them Cali moves.
You ain't heard, you better listen.
You know it. You know it. And like I said before, y'all, come check us out, man. My link tree is right there, man. It's in the comments. You can go ahead and go click on that and get all the information, what's going on. Get sent over to sweatshoprecordings.com where you can tap in for the audio book. I like to say the audio odyssey, but the audio book chapters 1 and 2 that are now free for you to go ahead and tap into. And that goes to the bigger picture of Doc's universe, which has the album which the single is coming off of, and that's down the road. So anyway, go tap into it, check
You owe
it
it
out.
to yourself.
Oh, it yourself.
Telling you, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it.
As we move forward, man. Like I said, we're gonna get into a little bit about this, the tech and streaming era of where we're at with it. I know you spoke about that you felt that streaming is what you was the major change that you felt that did a lot of damage. And it's ironic that you say that because there's data to bring a lot of that up that says the tech brothers, which is all of these streaming industries and everything, the big tech bros, right? They changed music economics. And basically, that's where the music became less valued, fractions of a penny per stream. So when you start doing that to it, it's basically how do people treat stores like the 99-cent store and Dollar Tree when they go in there versus when they go into like a Ralph's, Bonds, you know what I'm saying, Safeway.
They real selective what they picking up.
Right, right. So, we start to look at it in those aspects, right? It's gatekeeping, one thing that we talked about before, gatekeeping versus freedom of creation. And that's the debate, man. That's the tech versus I mean, not versus, but the tech era is really what it comes down to because that took away gatekeeping and
Yeah.
it opened up all of the freedom to create that anybody wanted to create. So it caused an oversaturation and low barrier to entry, which basically the quality of what we're getting and the byproduct suffered. And that diluted a lot of shit, man, just to say the least. But it did open a lot of doors too, though. It allowed more independency. It allowed more people to hear what's going on, and it gave people a window beyond what they used to be able to see out of. Right? It's like if you only saw on one side of the street, but now you're able to see what goes on the other side of the street too. Or better yet, I don't know if you went to when you were going to school, like if you had a school that on one side was elementary, the other side was middle school, and you couldn't cross that barrier. And then while you was in elementary, you always wondered what the hell the other side was going to look like or what it was going to be like, right? So it was
Yeah.
almost like that, man. So the tech bros, which brought DSPs, the digital streaming platforms, took over distribution and killed artist value, as we spoke about. You can't just sell CDs and vinyl anymore. And because of that, like you said, the prices started even going up more and more and more because it was like now they're becoming more scarce. Before it was 10.99, then it went to 12.99 to 15 to 17 to all the way up to $20 and more. I mean, I've seen them as 24.99 for a single CD at sometimes when I used to go to Tower Records. Shout out Tower Records, right?
Yeah, they don't know.
Um, but yeah, you
Music
can't do
was,
that anymore. We need to do a whole thing on just nostalgic music stuff, man. Maybe we should start tying some stuff into the session with that, man. Just a tidbit of some. If you didn't know that, you know what I mean. One of them things, just to enlighten people. But it's because you can't do it anymore. It's like they're training the fans to think that music is. I guess I can almost say free because don't you when you do music, people feel like, hey, let me get a copy of that. Right? It's one of those situations, right? Like,
Mhm.
and it really does suck because
Yeah.
that is the typecast that you become as soon as that you start saying you do music. First of all, you already know how that everybody got a cousin, a relative, a brother, a sister. So everybody does something in music, right?
Shit,
So
I know them.
but beyond that, people are starting to think that it's free, man. Um,
Yeah, like what makes you think my talent should be free?
right.
Hey, hey, can you cater this thing for me? For the love? What the fuck is the love?
It's there's so much that goes into doing music and creating it. Even at this age where it's digital and it doesn't cost as much to do and doesn't require as much to do it, especially space wise. Um, there's still a lot of shit that goes on to it, man. And the biggest part that you put into doing music is your time. It's your intellectual property, right?
Yeah, that should
And
have a
that's
value on it, right?
right, but that's a priceless value. So
Yeah, true that,
we
true
if,
that, true
if
that.
we realize that at the jump, it's a priceless value. Just like your intellectual property on every recipe that you have. That's priceless, right? It's what you value it as, not what I say it is or what the industry of, you know what I'm saying, dumbs it down to be. It's what you say it is. And if you feel like, and then, you know what I'm saying, you work what works for you that you're willing to accept. So that's the exchange. But there's nobody in music that's stopping these DSPs that's saying, hey, we're only going to pay you this much. And you got to think about this, bro. Let's go a step further. I'm not going to jump too far off and digress too far off of the main path. But even if we look at, because you and I are in this field, right? Even when you look at it, when it comes down to like YouTube streaming, like right now, there's numbers that you have to fucking achieve before they say we'll even kick anything to you,
Yep, yep.
right? And they set those numbers, right? They put those down. They're the ones that set the parameters. So then
Yeah,
after that, you chase to get that to get your numbers, and then you find out how much they're willing to give you for what you do.
yeah,
So this is the rat race that I'm not saying it didn't happen prior to the tech industry, so I'm gonna speak up on their behalf. They didn't
yeah,
bring that aspect. They didn't bring the greediness and the cutthroatness of the business. But they sure did enhance it. They sure did give them a lot more ease as to how it can be controlled without gatekeeping. That's the bigger thing. Like it's like, okay, hey, we will. It's funny how this was a byproduct that opened up to independent artists, right? So that way they use this to, like, the DSPs use this to get the independent artists. Just think about
hmm
that, right? Okay, hey, come on, you don't got to go get signed. So they started working with distribution companies like CD Baby, Lander, blah 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 blah, blah, right? Um, and then now they're double back and going back to them, and the labels came to them and said, "Hey, okay, we understand this, but look, this is how we can come together instead of you can still win, and now we can win, and they don't need to win as much because guess what? They're still in control. But this is how you could be in control if you took this type of mindset, and then boom,
yeah,
now they got it, and then they were like, oop, oop, okay, now we're only gonna pay you guys this." So it doesn't matter which way we look at it, they're always going to tell us the value of it and devalue it. And now it's
yeah.
gotten to a point to where it makes the public think that it should be free because all you have to do is pay 9.99, 7.99, 14.99, what a dub, whatever the hell it is. That's all you got to pay for a subscription to millions of artists and music that gets
Yes,
released.
and I am guilty of that. I am a subscriber.
I am guilty of it because I chase it, and I'm learning that why am I chasing it, and I need to really draw my line in the sand as to where I stand as to that too as well.
Yeah,
But it is something that is crazy, man, because unless we discuss it and talk about it, everybody's chasing it or everybody's using it. Like iPhones come with iTunes like automatically, right? I mean, or Apple Music, one of them, I don't
something
know.
like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
I got
And
yeah,
then the other ones got, others, Spotify and Amazon Music and YouTube Music and you name,
yep.
on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So you choose whichever one that you feel is best for you, iHeartRadio or Pandora, whatever the hell you feel is
Mhm.
for you,
Yep.
and that's the subscription price that you pay. And here it is. To you, you're really getting that album because when that album drops, you're not paying the 14.99, the 19.99, the 25.99 for
Nope.
the album. You're paying this
Nope.
paying that subscription, and they're giving a full album. So, slap us in the face and call me names because this is what we chase.
Yeah.
And they fooled us enough to believe in that. And now people are waking up and trying to tell us and show us. But the sad part is that we can't unite on the front enough to realize that gatekeeping was a good thing. You know,
Yeah.
freedom done let a lot of genius shine, but it also does let a lot of trash and garbage through the door at the
Yeah.
same time.
It's not, you don't have a good filtration system.
Right.
You got to be able to filter some of that shit. You got to go this way and this way. It can't keep going forward. You know,
Right.
part of
Right.
life, man.
And just
Like,
like
no,
they
you're
said,
not that good.
think
Like my
we
son said when I sent him that
give me one
cipher
second.
from a while back.
Can you
Yep.
please take care? Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Uh-huh.
So I sent my son a cipher a while back, double XL, whatever it was, cipher, and y'all can Google it. It was horrible, just horrible. And I got a 22-year-old. Shout out to my boy Haas. What's up with it? Um, he sends me a video message and was like, "So where's the people that are supposed to tell these dudes that they suck?" And I was like, "That's the problem." Gatekeeping wasn't a bad thing. It was. We got to realize that because we have an inundation of just everything and anything, and some of that stuff should not be out. I mean, yeah, freedom of expression is all nifty, but no, not all the time. Especially when it comes to music. I mean, it's supposed to be something from the soul, from your heart. Something you feeling, not just what's catchy and what's right now. Music was
Right.
it's always from like that's why certain like rappers that I listen to or I hear, just I notice like especially in the South, right? They big on pain. They big on the pain, and like when you listen to the song, I don't care how violent it is. Not
Right.
and they're not necessarily violent, but the picture they paint, right? And when you listen, you can feel that pain and that hunger to make it
Right.
like it's different, and it's like man. And then you got my booty hole, pink and purple and green shit, all this other dumb shit, right? Like, and it's like, but this person's pain isn't good enough. It's not catchy enough to be, even though everybody probably going through this more so than this other bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not.
Well,
It's
I'll tell you
it's
this.
just
I'll tell you
it's
this.
unfair.
My 2 cents in on that is I don't think it's that it's not catchy enough. I don't think it's not that it's not. It's what they choose not to do is put it in front of enough people to make it understood. Because you got to think some of the 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 best songs that last were songs that were through the hardest times in whatever like nationwide was going on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like there was always a stigma that came with
yeah,
this and that. Nah, look, it's the pain, it's the story, it's the struggle, it's the triumphancy, it's the all of that that's making it happen
yeah.
to equal this big moment to say, like, look at where we were at and look at where we've become and how we evolved or how that changed. But now what is it changing to? Where's the big evolve? Like he said,
Yeah.
who's reigning right? Like, let me ask you this. I mean, dude, who's the end artist right now? Like, who's the number one streaming artist? That's Drake. And he just said it. That was
Yeah,
Drake. Drake and
yeah,
all of
that's
them
right.
was doing that in the 2000s.
Yeah, I don't even listen to him. So yeah, he doing well.
But I'm just giving you the
Yeah,
numbers. So there's
yeah,
fan base is still doing it. He's got, like I
yeah,
said, nothing got knocked off. Like this dude is still up there, right? But he's been doing it for that long.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like he said, who knew his reign took reign? And all of the people that he said that have perished and are no longer with us, I think he has a point. I think that's a part of the reason why they're no longer here with us. Because man, if you guys just wisen up and realize that the way they do hip hop is aligned with all of the prison systems. hip hop has been aligned with so many different hip hop police and certain different agencies that are designed just to take us down. And then they realize that, hey, no, let them keep doing this to each other. Let us propel that thought and put that and push that agenda. And if we could start realizing that because when soon as we start beefing in a public's eye as hip hop artists, and watch this, go just look at how they turn it, and it's like they can intervene and do what they do to go ahead and make it seem like it was the op, and then we believe it was the op, but
Yeah.
we just gave them an out because now they had a way and a reason to do it and take out a powerful person that's in our community and blame it on somebody else and keep the preposterous shit and cycle keep it going, right?
They
So
tried that. You know, they tried to get us with Biggie and Pac. It
I
was
know,
beef between Biggie and Pac.
right,
And they turned that shit East Coast, West Coast. And it's like, hold
right,
on, ain't nobody beefing. It's these two motherfuckers. Everybody from the East and the West sitting on the sideline with popcorn,
right,
bro.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
yeah,
And
yeah,
the media spun that shit to where you had people, you know, shit you couldn't even go visit.
right. And you had them not even wanting, people wanting to
Just,
go.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was
Fuck the
like,
West Coast, fuck the East Coast, yada yada yada. And it's like, bro, we just watching. We didn't do that with LL and Ice T. It didn't take it to where everybody was F this code. No, it was just a beef between MCs, right?
right, right, right,
And
definitely,
you
man.
know, and like you said, the media will spin it the way they need to spin it.
And we gotta be wiser than that. But once again, this is all part of the reason why we're trying to bring more awareness to it. Because I think if we can, one person can make the next person be aware, and the more we are aware of the situations, and it gets back to the community, then maybe we can realize that we shouldn't be giving them so much fuel or so much of our control of our industry, of what we do, and they use all of the tactics against us, man. So it's not this block that took out this person. We got to stop looking at it that way. It's like this person that was going to be great
Yeah,
was taken out by the the powers that say, like, hey, you know what, but they're going to say it was that, or they're going to allow it to be that, or they're going to be involved, just like
yeah,
Nipsey, right? Look at the big, come on, man. Nipsey wasn't taken out over gang banging, right? He was taken out over jealousy. He was taken out because he was
jealous.
moving big things and had so many things lined up, and it
Yeah,
was just getting too big,
yeah.
and other people didn't want to see that happen. So,
You know the
the
hate is real.
jealousy, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. What that
jealousy,
cologne you got on, partner? Smell like
yeah,
pussy.
that smells like exactly, and that's what it is, man. Greed, jealousy, envy.
Yeah.
I want to see nothing but my brothers prosper, man, and I
Yeah.
believe that we help.
Like,
If we
why
can
you
all
so mad that the next man is making what they making or doing what they doing? You should be more
right,
focused on you doing what you need to do to be where you feel you need to be, not
right,
where
right,
you I need to be like him. Why? You ain't him. You never gonna be him.
yep,
You can
yep,
only be you. So it's like,
yeah.
man, stay
I
out the
mean,
next man pocket, motherfucker. Might handle your own shit.
just focus on what you gotta do. I mean, like I always tell people, like gossip starts because people ain't got shit to do and focus on. And I watch it. I watch it. It's like you can see it, man. You're like, dude, you were doing nothing. And then when you ask them, they'll tell you in so many ways they weren't doing anything, and this is all that. But it won't. It doesn't sound like, oh, I came over here to start bullshit and gossip. You got to listen to what they're saying and then say, like, look, this, and you connect the dots, and then they'll be like, damn, you're right, because that's the society that we live in, right? But back to the music at hand, the quality control that's not industry control, right? Like we're talking about quality, not industry control. I don't think that you can deliver mix, master, and meaning with music inside music if they don't bring some type of control back, because
Yeah,
that's being funneled less and less and less and less and less.
yeah,
Even the people that are making that music don't even want their kids to listen to it. They don't live that
I know.
style. Like I don't get that. Like they, it's like their kids don't like we
My
have
baby
to
too young to
grow up.
listen to this.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
We have to grow we have to grow up, man. We do. Like that's
Yeah.
like there's nothing and it's like in rap and in hip hop, it's wrong to grow up. We want to hold people to a standard that when we first met
Yeah.
them, they can't
Man,
elevate.
he don't rap like he used to. He ain't
Yeah,
talking about
you
that no more. Well, shit, the motherfucker 50. He been to jail 16 times. He banned from the city, the state that he live in. This motherfucker ain't got time to be rapping about that shit no more. You know what I'm
know,
saying? You interview Sugar Free and ask him, is he still pimping? He gonna look at you and tell you he ain't pimped and since who knows when. He said, shit, trafficking a motherfucker. You get that charge. He said, shit. You get hit with that trafficking charge, motherfucker. He said, I been
yeah,
stopped that shit.
we already know somebody that just got sentenced for some of that shit, right?
Yeah, bro. That shit ain't no joke. He was like, "Oh
Yeah,
no, I mean, music and comedy, like you know what I'm saying. He staying his lane.
yeah, man. It's
Nah,
definitely
shit don't last forever, bro.
yeah, we have to understand that it's I don't know. I think we should put quality into everything. We do it with our food when we go out to eat. We do it when we buy our shoes, our clothes, no matter what it is when we get our haircut, everything is about the quality and the service of what we go and get, where we go and buy our food, our dog food, our pet care, our feet care, whatever it is that you're getting when you're looking at the quality of everything. Why are we not looking at the quality of the music the same way? Now, let me ask you another question, D. Would you
What's
rather
up?
have total freedom with no standards or curation, my bad, curation with quality playback?
Okay, one more time, cause
Would
my
you rather
miniature
have
killer
total
back there. He's trying to kill something. I don't know what. He's probably barking at his fucking
air,
reflection,
the
but
air?
he's going. Yeah, he be tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you rather have total freedom with no standards, or would you rather have like the gatekeeping with quality playback?
I need gatekeeping with quality playback. I understand the freedom and control, but at what point, like, it's not freedom and control when it's all it's the same shit though. Why is it so cookie cutter if there's so much freedom and you got no, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's exactly, and this,
If it's so much freedom and you can do what you want, why would you want to do what the next fool is doing and everybody sound the same and shit?
right?
Isn't that the part of the fucking freedom, right? Like,
That
just
is
saying.
part of it. That is the freedom. And like I said, man, they will it's funny because the industry was at that's why I said it's like we're doing the job for them. We make it so much easier for them to control what the fuck we're doing because they would try to get when they sign you, hey, can you do music like these people? Can you sound like this? And you would say, or we would say, nah, we're this, we do it like that, and have that little pushback, right? But now, get like you said, everybody has the freedom to do what they want because of all of this accessibility, and everybody wants to do what the next person is doing.
Yep.
So that's crazy, bro. I definitely agree with you. But also this, to answer that question, when you were saying something sparked a thought in me. When you're going into an industry, you know what you're going into. And I'm not going to be a basketball player that's going to play football, to try out for the football team and complain about the fucking things that I got to do to become a football player. Well, they don't do this in basketball, man. We don't come in at school at 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. Like, I'm not about to do, right? I'm not like, that'd be dumb. Like, dude, you want to be a football player, then go
Exactly.
back
Right.
and play basketball, right? So
If you don't think you take your ball and
I'm
go
gonna
home.
speak on the industry's behalf. Just was because, like I said, I'm a Libra. I do that. I balance shit out. Um, to artists that are complaining about it, like having gatekeeping, because that was everything up until DSPs and all of this new shit. There was gatekeeping. So like I said, that's been the history of it, right? So you can only know that, hey, this is the industry I'm going to play in. This is what I need to be prepared for. These are the decisions and the moves that I need to make that are comfortable for me and my career or whatever the team that I'm a part of. So you
Yeah.
knew that. That's how you moved, yes or no, and you keep it pushing. To change it, to take away totally like the way it is, like now, just anybody can get up and do it. And we haven't even brought into this conversation because we've had plenty of it on AI, which is like a leg to this conversation. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy because it's like we complain about the things that we knew that were happening. Now that it's gone, where people are going to complain that it's gone. So it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
And it's losing
It's
the
got-
music. It's losing a lot of this. It's losing a lot of that. Um, like I
you-
said, the sound. If you're listening to it just by the auditory aspect of hip hop, that is in a good place.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
if you
yeah,
listen to the auditory part, right?
yeah,
But we're talking lyrics, right? Got lyrics. We're talking content, substance, storytelling,
yeah,
you know, mood setting, nostalgia, all that kind of stuff, man. Just not like we get enough of the news on all the negativity all the time, bro. Enough on the feeds that are coming across our phone all the time. Um, and when you say that, now oh, okay, well, you're old head. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? It's like one of those situations. This is like,
yeah,
bro, you
yeah.
can't tell these people nothing, bro. You can't tell this next generation nothing, bro. If they were in charge, they'd have been pushed the button. We would have been at war. We would have been nuked everybody. Just think about
Oversensitivity,
it.
bro.
Right.
Because why? Because they not old enough to understand. What did
Right.
Dr. Miscucci say, right? He
Yep.
said, Castro said, what? I was too young to
Too
be the
young.
leader of a country, bro.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes, man, the truth is tell it all. The truth will tell it all, man.
Yeah.
Uh, so um it is something, bro, that we do have to just take a hard look at because I don't
Yeah.
see no correcting it. Like I said, now that we're in AI, look at all this shit that's hitting the fan with it. I think it should have hit the fan on DSPs before the AI portion of it.
Yeah.
And because now it's everybody's being taken to court, everybody's being like, look at this and look at what they're doing. They're stealing this, they're stealing that. Like I got a catalog and I am embracing as much as I can AI because I realize that there's nothing that we could do about it. And I'm not in fear that it's gonna take over what I do. It's not because I'm a hybrid user. You know what I'm saying? Like I interact with it as a tool, just like the plug-in tools that you interact with. Instead of there's people that's coming in and all they're doing is 100%, bro. They just took down 75 million. Listen to what I'm saying about to say here. Spotify just took down 75 million songs that were 100% AI or bullshit like botted music.
Yeah.
They only have 100 million songs on there, bro. So they took down more than three-fourths of their catalog, and they didn't know it got that bad.
Yeah. That's wild, bro. And first off, why is that many songs being allowed to be even put out there like that? Like that's a lot of songs, bro. How can you even pick a favorite anything or pick a certain artist to listen to when you got a gazillion fucking? I feel like Austin Powers and shit, Doctor Evil. Like, bro, that's a lot of fucking music. It's
That is an
unnecessary,
asinine amount of music
bro.
that
That's
is just being uploaded that has, especially when they're saying that is 100% like, or a mixture. I don't know how
100%.
much that is, but a 100% like, hey, y'all prompt pushing people, you know what I'm saying? Like, with OPP, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all
Man,
pushing uh
that's crazy,
whatever,
bro.
but y'all gotta ease back, man. Like
That's
you're gonna
crazy.
make it to the point to where it's impossible to compete against because a human being, of course, can't put it out like that. And you're gonna turn off so many listeners because I'm sure a lot of that music, when they listened to it, was garbage. garbage. And I'm just gonna say, from using AI, it takes a lot of time to get a good song or a good something that you're proud of, man. Sonically, lyrically. If like I said, I write my lyrics and I produce, so I'm just doing it as a hybrid of different combinations, and it's still like there's probably nothing that I would use 100% if it just let it do it on its own.
Yeah.
Because bro, I when I first started, I just tested it out and I was like, what the hell is this? Now I'm sure you could probably get something and after 100 tries, and it starts to, what you saying, yes to this, like that, don't like that. As it starts to learn.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that what you're really getting into this for? Like seriously, like you can find another hobby, man, like play the lotto or something. But
Yeah.
definitely. But just something to think about. We're gonna take another break, man. I do want to go ahead and plug this next break here, though, man. It is an investment opportunity for anybody who's looking. If you're into that kind of stuff, it is called Players TV. I'm not gonna do much talking about it. I'm gonna go ahead and let it do all the talking in this place. So sit back, man. This is a long one, but it's worth it, man. Do pay attention to the amounts. Do pay attention. Well, they don't say the amount, I don't think, but do pay attention to the time frame, more or less. But the link is in the description, or in the comments, I should say. Then it'll be in the description, and if not, it's gonna be on the screen. So go ahead and check it out, y'all, and sit back and invest and blow up.
We are the future of athlete and sports media. Our founding athlete investors and partners include current and future Hall of Famers like Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, Ken Griffey Jr., Travis Kelce, Carmelo Anthony, and Damian Lillard, just to name a few.
My boys make major moves.
At PTV, we've done things completely different by harnessing the power of the group collective. By bringing athletes together to own their own content and distribution, they now have the ability to take back the power to tell their own stories.
We've been for 5 years now. We made history as the first ever athlete-owned TV network.
But more importantly, cultivate an authentic relationship with the people who support them the most, the fans. That's why our athletes are incredibly excited to partner with those exact same fans to do something that's never been done before.
Who doesn't love that?
So I'm thrilled to announce our brand new equity crowdfunding offering, where you now have the groundbreaking opportunity to join the over 2,200 fan investors that have already backed our company. But this isn't just another sports business. What truly separates Players TV from the pack and makes this a revolutionary sports media company is our 360-degree distribution model.
That's big dog status.
The official offer from Players TV.
Are you serious? One last time.
We've unlocked an unprecedented number of distribution channels, so we can guarantee valuable eyeballs to the largest advertising agencies and brands at scale. With distribution to over 300 million households and devices, paired with our available 200 million plus monthly advertising impressions, we're one of one in the quickly changing media landscape.
And it's a wrap.
I'm also thrilled to share that we recently acquired game-changing AI-powered ad technology, which will not only increase our distribution footprint, but once fully deployed, will skyrocket our advertising margins and international reach. That means we've compiled an unprecedented stack of tech, IP, and most importantly, talent, putting us in prime position to be the next huge player in the space. By pairing athletes and fans as business partners, we're continuing to rewrite the future of sports media, and we couldn't be more pumped to have you along for the ride.
I think what we're doing is we're really driving things with our purpose and vision, and we're doing the unthinkable.
So if you want to join the Athlete Collective, all you got to do is click the Invest Now button below to save your spot on the team.
We're in.
And with that, let me officially introduce you to Players TV.
And now, introducing Players TV, the first ever athlete and fan-owned media network and content provider. On the front lines are iconic, world-class athletes poised to change the game and ready to disrupt the industry forever.
Players TV gives you a platform to create unique content that people will enjoy.
And for a limited time only, you have the unique opportunity to invest with some of the biggest sports stars in the world.
Thinking about Players TV, you really get an athlete. Like, we're invested in this.
The time is now to finally transform athlete sports lifestyle content and media.
I'm excited. I'm excited about obviously Players TV and what we can do. Content is king.
We've built a rock-solid foundation to scale with an unprecedented amount of traction, including over 150 hours of recurring contractual annual content commitments with our founding member athletes to create groundbreaking IP.
Feel incredible to be on a team full of great content creators.
200 million plus monthly available advertising impressions for scalable revenue. Access to over 300 million homes and devices with our robust distribution engine from some of the biggest names in the industry.
One last time.
Including YouTube TV, DirecTV, and Fubo, just to name a few.
You should have led with that, maybe.
And now, with our recently acquired patent-pending ad technology, we're creating thick sales margins and even deeper distribution. The media landscape is changing quickly, and we're perfectly positioned to capitalize on market disruption.
Players TV is real. We're here to stay.
Players TV has documentaries.
I wanted to make sure that you knew who I was.
I was like, that's going in.
Reality series.
This is when you separate the men from the boys, boy.
Whoa! He said, yes, chef. Hell yeah.
Talk shows and podcasts.
We just had it.
Just not. If anybody wants to play me, they can play me.
Somebody look up his credentials. You said
My man gotta be in the celebrity game.
Yo, OG, you know what you just did?
And animation.
Pops taught me everything. Gave me everything.
With iconic sports stars and world-class athletes. It's unlike anything you've ever seen.
We're in.
Built by athletes, made for fans.
It's interesting to have Players TV have coverage now.
This is Players TV. Click the invest button below to join the team.
Yeah. So hopefully y'all can get all that information, man. And if you're in a position, I think it's a great opportunity. I know a lot of times we don't really get chance to invest in a lot of these startups and at that you know what I'm saying, opportunity and time, I should say, to be a part of it. But man, I think what they're doing is great, and it goes right along into what we're talking about, right? Because look at what they're doing. These are players that are involving themselves and creating a platform that the major market can't control, can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't guide of what you want them to speak and how you want them to, what you want them to push as the agenda, or what the topic, or what's going to be the tabloid and the discussion, which drives the average fan when they're listening to those platforms in the morning on their way, driving to work, whatever it may be. It does feed and program your thought process into certain things and modes. So I think it's great. This is what we're talking about as far as in music. It's the same thing what we need to do. We need to check exactly the culture. We need to check exactly everybody that's a part of it and say, hey, man, let's get together and let's build something. It's been tried. So let's not say like, oh, well, do your history, right? It's been tried. We tried to come up with our own black banks. We've tried to come up with our own black distribution companies. And we're talking about major factors that were doing it in that game in that time. But there was always somebody that gave some of the leaked out the information, and that's all it takes. So it's the same thing. So anyway, just that's an opportunity back into what we're talking and weave it back into the music aspect, is checking the culture, man, where basically other genres that have evolved already, like, you know what I'm saying, rock went into jazz and metal, went into jazz, and then metal went into nostalgia, and country went mainstream, and hip hop is still vibrant but directionless. It doesn't really have any guardrails, cultural guardrails. Anybody can just come in and be a part of this, right? It doesn't have, like, I can't just go into jazz and say I'm a jazz artist. I can't just go into metal and thrash and start doing that, and they're gonna look at me and be like, man, what are you doing? Just because I grow my hair out and start flaring my neck. But you know, basically, I think it just needs to be checked, and that by some of that, in my opinion, and I'll ask yours, or maybe you see eye to eye with me, and that means restoring storytelling, like make that another art form again, back to that being a big part of it. Authentic communities, and the fun in music, bro. I think everything is too serious. When you start to have fun in music, you're labeled a certain way,
Yeah.
and it's like,
That's
you
wrong
know,
too. That's out of pocket. Because
right,
that I think that tries to hinder their lyrical ability. When they
right,
say we could take it back to Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince, right? Oh, Will Smith and them is you know, he's a happy rap. He can't beat it. But nah, I mean, but if you were to go into a battle, Will probably knock your neck off your shoulders though. Like he had bars. He was, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't no slouch. If you listen to all the stuff he was spitting,
oh
regardless
yeah,
of how fun or gimmicky it was, he was putting shit together, telling stories from Nightmare on My Street, and all the stuff that he was doing. Man, you
one of the
can't really
hardest
knock
songs to
it.
this day still is "Rock the House."
Yeah,
When we rock that house, there is no doubt. And it's just him and his Ready Rock beatboxing, bro. In
Mhm.
its purest form, bro. In its purest form, and they killed it, right?
Yep.
And that's the
Yep.
kind of stuff that to me that we don't see, we don't hear. Everything has got to be such a direct, like hard, like either it's a hard lyric or it's got to be a hard song or it's got to be
Yeah.
like I'm driving or like that's I guess that's what makes LaRussell just stand out in his own lane because uh, he's in a he especially not to point fingers but the Bay Area is flashy. The Bay Area is very, very, look at me, everybody. And I mean that by just what they wear, how they wear it, the cars, the all of that, right? It's one of those type of environments. But he's the opposite. He's like, hey, I don't look at. I'm in Crocs. I'm doing this. I'm very, what I'm saying. Like he's very relatable. Like Steph Curry is relatable as a basketball player to the average fan, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's something that he wears well and it works for him. But outside of him, there's really not that many other individuals that you can see that fit that kind of mold. And that's
Yep.
another thing that sucks in this industry. Is like you can have multiple as long as they're not pure doppelgangers, right? I mean, but you
Yeah.
can have multiple individuals that have that oh, I was like, what the hell happened? That have that energy. You know what I mean? So um but once again, it's just something that we gotta look at, right? Um Biggie said something that shit's supposed to be fun. What do you think he meant by that?
Say that again.
When Biggie said, like, man, this shit's supposed to be fun. Remember when they were asking him during the thick of the beef, and basically he's like, man, this shit's supposed
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
So what do you think he meant by that? Like we lost the joy by chasing numbers? Did he mean like all the beefs and tabloids took over? Like combination? I mean, I thought it was very. To me, it stood out.
um, he man, it's kind of hard to say what he really is thinking, but
Hmm.
um, I think he meant like okay before the beef, right?
Right.
He was on this wave, just you know, they were having fun. They in the studio rapping, girls, weed, drink, blah 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 blah, right? Having fun, traveling, seeing different places, right? And then it became uh more competitive. And
Right.
then you had the okay, these guys don't like these guys, and these dudes don't like these dudes. And how can you not like this motherfucker when you slept on his couch and y'all was over here doing, you know what I'm saying, all the different stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And
It's a lot.
I think it was a little bit of everything that made him feel that way. Just, I mean, the tabloids, people, you do an interview and you do a 10-minute interview, bro, and they'll take 3 minutes of some shit and chop it up and throw it together and be like, this is what he said. And you don't see it for weeks later, right? And you're like, I didn't even say this. What are you talking about? So I think the it was becoming overwhelming at some point for him, I think. Just because it wasn't fun no more. We
Right.
traveling with security. At first, it's me and the homies, man. We gonna pull up. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. Make this money. Da, 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 da. And then all of a sudden, it's security details and this and that and that. Man, I think that can wear on a person, bro. Especially when they got into it just to have some fun and get moms out the projects, right? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
yeah. And we knew that he wasn't a big person into going into the studios. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he really wasn't big into that. He really was about the fun aspect of it. He really just
yeah,
liked to
yeah.
rap. He just had
He was
and
one of them dudes who I don't want to go to practice. It's
right.
practice. Just put me on stage and watch
Allen
what I do.
Iverson.
You know what I mean?
Allen Iverson. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
And could do
yeah.
it. And could
And he could do it.
step up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he could
step
do it.
up. And yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So definitely, man. I just want to go ahead and let's go ahead and start wrapping this up
Oh yeah.
with some solutions and ownership. Right. Let's go ahead and just get into some quick tidbits in that. And I think that way we kind of like did the best that we could in this session to hit a couple different points of view, discussion topics in regards to it. But I think that artists, for one, must own their own pipeline as a solution. Meaning like the direct to fan. Um, that's the major one. I'm gonna throw in other stuff in there because right now, unless you have your own servers and a good bandwidth and all of that, which is costly, you're gonna still need the likes of like YouTube, and Bandcamp maybe that for other things for people, but and also your live events. I think that's a major solution. Getting back into that, taking away from just the DSPs. Being your main focus as to how you're looking at your income, meaning that, hey, this 400ths of a cent times this many, because we only know it's going to decrease. We already know, and now you're competing against all of these. Look at 75 million songs that were taken down that they found that was fraudulent for one way or another. Um, so that's one. Basically owning your own pipeline. Um, I'm gonna harp on this for artists, especially because everybody will say, "Oh, I'm on in social media." Get your own website. Get your own website. And I'm fighting with IG right now with mine. Everybody knows the story that's around me of my damn IG, and it's been years, and that has opened my eyes up to so much. So anyway, just start getting your own pipeline, getting your own websites, and then eventually servers and so forth, and then you can start looking at platforms. Do you have anything to add to that portion right there, D?
Man, some of y'all just need to put that shit down. I'm not gonna
Right,
lie. Bring the gatekeeping back.
right,
Bring some substance and some, you know,
right.
put your feelings into something, man. And it don't have to be about killing and misery and shit. God, I mean, like we got enough trauma, like in personal life, and then what you see outside your front door and on TV and all that stuff, man. Let's get some uplifting, some positive music. You know, just I'm not saying fucking, Teletubby shit. I'm just saying, just make some good music, man. And if
Right.
y'all need inspiration, go back, go check your history. Like, even I'm talking from you can go back to the 40s if you want, 50s, 60s. Just go venture and learn the history of some music, man. Maybe it'll inspire you to be better than this cookie cutter bullshit that y'all got going on, and everybody got WAP and thoughts and twats and all this other shit. Come on, please. I got grandbabies and they all girls. I can't have them listening to this shit.
Right.
Can't, bro. Horrible. You know what I mean?
I'll go ahead and add to that I think also authenticity and longevity um, is better than looking at trying to go viral. So if we look at it when you're going into the booth and what you're creating, let your let let your visual pieces be the viral, right? Let that be like, okay, everything that you're painting visually, like try to make that, but the music part, make it for it to have that longevity, that authenticity, so that way it stands the test of time.
Yeah.
And you're multiple visuals being created off of it. That way, it'll create the whole viral part. And that's older heads. Let's start really bridging the gap with some mentorship programs, or I don't even know if you want to call them programs, but just mentorship. Period. Right? Just mentorship.
Talk to some young cats, man.
Yeah.
That's in the game or whatever it is, man. No one's
Right.
asking you to like, and don't be talking shit. You gotta talk to them. See what they thought process is, how they see things.
Well, that's true
And you
mentoring,
know,
right? True mentoring is finding out where they're trying to get to, and then you
where
share
are they trying to get to?
experiences that help aid that, you know, saying that goal in mind. So, like I said, if we can start here, you know what I'm saying, if there's people that have it and, you know what I'm saying, that figure that what we're talking about, when they listen to our different playlists and you know, like, damn, we're knowledgeable, we have some good stuff, man. We can start mentoring on here as well, man. It's not a taboo idea, but I think that's something that definitely has to start between generations. But you can only do so much. To the younger generation, you got to open the door, you got to speak on it, you got to let it be known as well. So that way we can step through the door. We can open the door, you can step through it. You can open the door and we can step through it. It goes both ways, right? So
both ways. Put your pride aside, people, on both spectrums of the age. Like, you got to put that ego and stuff aside, man, and be able to sit down and have a conversation, bro.
That part. And think about
shout out
this.
to China May.
Shout out.
She uses AI to write her emails. Okay. I ain't mad at you for that. She said, I told my boss I better watch out before I get how to actually write.
That's right. Shout out.
It saves time. I get it. It does.
It does. Like it's a tool. So we got to
look at
it. We got to look at it as such. It's a tool. So we won't get into pointing fingers for people that do it, that use it. Like I said, I'm a hybrid user of it. And that's just in the music. I use it on other things as well, man. And it's added clarity to my life. Just put it that way.
Exactly.
I will say this: I don't think rap is dead. It just needs to heal. So
it needs to heal, bro.
There's hope there. You know, let's go ahead and get the defibrillators out. Everybody that got some first aid skills.
Put some spit on it.
You know what I'm saying? Some Windex, you'll be fine, right? But yeah, I think definitely we can look back at it and be able to say that more people stepping up and having these conversations that might not be easy to have, you know, fall on deaf ears plenty times, over and over and over, whatever, right? The fix ain't a new app. We know that. It's accountability and taking what we do as a craft seriously again. And I think that's starting to evolve. I think it's starting to come back around. But let's go ahead and promote it. Let's propel it and be a part of it, right? So with that being said, I just want to go ahead and say good looking out, man, on another one, my guy, because I mean everyone is was there. And like I said, man, the discipline is in us. So let's stop trying to trend each other and let's start standing out and lasting, you know, basically helping each other stand out and last longer, man. Don't forget, man, one more thing. The single's out and the video's out. Doc Madness on my own. Out everywhere, man. I ain't going to stop talking about it. That is AI hybrid driven. So that if you don't know, like I said, there's nothing being hidden in regards to it. But let's go get it. Let's run it up and let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, things of that nature. You owe it to yourself. Take them out, D.
You ain't heard, you better listen, man.
Things of that nature.